The football field looked deserted. The grass was covered with dew. It was already 6 o'clock. The school bell goes off at 7:30. I still have an hour and a half to see him, I thought to myself. Every day, exactly at 6:15, he goes by the football field. He looks great. Big muscle, six-pack abs and much more. I just love him. He seems to be a Greek god. All the girls at school love him. He is also the most favorite of all. I've known him for 2 years. On the day of hazing, he was one of my rookie leader. Pooh. Shit, the bell already went off. But where is he? It's already 5 minutes past 7. I'm late, why didn't I see David today? Hopefully there's nothing wrong with him. I'll see him at school soon, I said. I have a crush on David. He is one of my superheroes. But there is a problem. I like boys. Does David like boys too? I do not think so. He looks so macho. Certain friends, including Shri and Laritza, know I'm gay. They do accept me. There are some of those bullies who always have to say something. But I don't pay any attention to them. What's important is that I'm happy. When I entered the campus, the flag parade had already started. I stood reverently at the gate and sang the national anthem. At one point I saw Mr. Greek God approaching with his bicycle. He was late too, I thought to myself. He, too, was standing at the gate with his bicycle. His strong perfume hung near me. Oh, what a fresh scent. He said, "Good morning." I replied back by saying good morning. It was a really nice moment. After the flag parade, I walked into campus, straight to my classroom. David went to the bicycle shed to store his bicycle. I walked to my room looking. Don't look, I told myself. What if it seems striking? I sent him a friend request on Facebook the day before yesterday, but no response yet. I entered the class. It was already 7:45. Mrs. Erica hadn't arrived yet. Hopefully she won't come today, I thought to myself. This lady does a lot of homework. If only I could take a good look at my dear David and also ask why he was late. David and I went to pre-university education together. We were alone in separate rooms. It's going to be a tough day. I saw Mr. Edward walk by with his thick piles of geography books. He looked like a giant with his glasses. The class started to get crowded. The eldest class went mad with the warning. Mrs. Erica was already inside. "Good morning, class," grumbled Miss Erica. "This looks like a banana shop." So, we're starting chapter 3 today. Mathematics is a subject I have always hated. Mrs. Erica continued with the lesson and my thoughts were with David. Believe me, if David were in class, my focus would be on him alone. At 9:30 the bell went off for the break. I had cheese sandwich with tomato and lettuce leaf. On Tuesdays I am vegetarian, a tradition in every Hindu family. I walked over to the pretty painted benches, which sparkled in the sun's rays. I sat on the couch with Shri. Shri was also vegetarian on the Tuesday. Today she ate fried bananas with peanut sauce. Yummy! I was allowed to have 2 of hers. What did David bring for breakfast today, I thought to myself. The door of the room opened. A large, well-built man entered. He looked at us with a sour face. "Good morning all. Listen, where are your blue jeans? Do you not know the rules of the school? I see you enjoyed the Christmas break." "Allison, why sir? Your hair is dyed red. During the break you have to register at the office." "Miss Erica, may I pass on something?" "Erica, yes, master." The director opened an envelope and took out a sheet of paper. "For example, the school management has decided that some classes will be used to provide ICT lessons. The class that will attend the lessons with you is Class V5A. Monday you will meet V5. He thanked Miss Erica and walked away. I almost wanted to scream. That's the class of David. I was overjoyed and jealous at the same time. Overjoyed, because then I could sit and stare at David every day. And jealous, because the girls won't leave him alone. The girls were super happy. So together with David's class we have 25 students. That's quite a lot, Shri said. I didn't answer. I kept thinking about David and how I would deliberately ask him to explain a math problem. I couldn't sleep at home. I was only thinking about next Monday. It was only Friday. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon I took the bike and went for some fresh air. Mom, I'm going to ride a bike. Mom, okay, but be careful. Yes, Mom. Dad just got home. Hi, Dad, I'm going to ride a bike. Dad, all right, careful, son. I walked out and drove up the street. It was busy outside. Today was late night shopping at Kirpa, so the streets would be busier. I called Shri and Aman. They were also nearby. They agreed and after 15 minutes they were also present. We decided to go for a bike ride. Suddenly I got an idea. Come, let's go to Red Manja Street. It's safer there. No, said Aman. There are too many dogs there. Go cycling near the school. Then we can also buy Payjay from Grandpa. I really like Payjay and Cola. We collected money together and walked to Grandpa Sarmin. Grandpa, are you home? Grandpa Sarmin. No one was home, so we walked away. We just cycled to Hangsheng where we bought coconut balls and a bottle of cola. Then we cycled together to the Kankantribom on the corner. Under the tree we sat together enjoying the coconut balls and the coke. It was delicious. Arjun, it's already 7:05. What time do you plan to go to school? Mom asked. Yes, Mom, I'm coming. Shit. It was late. It was Monday. What nice weather. Today I have an egg sandwich, Mom said. With ketchup and mayo. It's nice, and damn you bring it back home. Here you have 2 letters of 50. One to use and one to save. Good luck, baby. Thanks, Mom. I walked to school. By now it was already 7:55. 5 more minutes. Butterflies flew in my stomach. Today would be official. V5 together with V3 in one room. The flag parade had already started. Mrs. Amat looked me straight in the eye. Late again? Surely you were thinking of your girlfriend in the toilet. I gave a fake smile and walked away. Up the stairs again, I thought to myself. I was just about to climb the stairs when I bumped into David. Sorry, brother. He climbed the stairs like a horse. I kept staring at the second step. He smelled like charcoal blend lavender. I recognized this scent. My father had given me such a bottle as a present for my 14th birthday. I walked up the stairs and entered the room. There were so many students in the class. I looked at the front row. Only ladies. The second row, last person, that was me. There I sat. And David? Oh, was the third person from the 4th row. So I could only see his back. What am I supposed to do with his back as a face? I was mad at the class teacher. Why? Anyway. Better something than nothing. During the lessons I couldn't really concentrate. My focus was on David the whole time. But I didn't stand out. The other boys in the class also got to know me. I made friends with Joshua, Jean, Kevin, Shara and Pehana. Joshua liked Shri. I heard that myself from her mouth. Shri wanted to boost her friendship. Go for it, girl, I said. Life is too short. Just don't get pregnant, I said laughing. No way, Shri said. I don't think it will get that far. And what about David? Lately, one cannot concentrate in class. Too many butterflies in your stomach. Why don't you tell him? Are you crazy? I said. Why do I have to tell him? Listen, Shri said, you like him, he's good looking and you're handsome too. Give it a try. Do you want me to be crushed? Of course not, Shri said. But by sitting still and fantasizing you will achieve nothing. You have to convince him of your love. And if he doesn't agree, just walk away. The important thing is that you have tried. You will never walk around with a regretful feeling. Do I really have to do it? I asked. Yes, do it, Shri said. Tuesday was gym on the schedule. I didn't really like sports, but because it was important as a class grade, I exercised anyway. David loved soccer, batting, volleyball, and more. Shri mentioned that David had joined the gym. Joshua and Shri were together. Shri also had butterflies in her stomach. Her parents didn't know about it. Otherwise they would kill her. I was also afraid to tell mom and dad. After the break I walked into the gym. The gym was empty. The students from V5 and V3 came running. Especially the boys, who really acted like monkeys to dress up. Take it easy, Mrs. Veronica said. She was a strict teacher. She liked discipline. I saw David walk into the locker room and I chased him. He walked in first and I quietly waited my turn. You can also go inside. One dressing room is free. I walked in. The walls were plastered with drawings of penises and vaginas. There were also names of couples, such as Sunita and Anand from 1996. Which of the drawings do you like best? David said with a laugh. None of them, I said. David seemed to be nice. My heart beat faster. He's talking to me, I thought to myself. Now we are in one class together, David said. I've never really seen you talk much. I saw you walk along the dense football field a few times. Oh shit, he got it. Let me change the subject. Do you have a comb with you? I asked him. Why did I ask him about a comb? No, I don't happen to have a comb with me, David said. Not bad, I said. David, I have something to tell you. What? It'll sound a little annoying, but I like you. I know I was told it quickly, but it was true. From the moment I first saw you in the schoolyard, I had butterflies in my stomach. My heart starts beating faster when I see you. But I don't like gentlemen. I think you're approaching the wrong person with your love proposal, David said. I respect your feelings, but you're really approaching the wrong person, he added. I think we should go now. Yes, let's go. It seemed like I had no strength left for gym class. Today we would stretch and bow. Miss Veronica said stretching is good for the muscles. David took part in the lesson. When I got home I closed my room door and I cried out. It seemed like I was screaming with all my strength. Outside the dog started barking. Nobody was home. I started to cry. Why did this have to happen to me, God? At some point I stopped crying. I knew I just cried. I got up and went to bed, after which I fell into a deep sleep. I woke up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I had 4 missed calls. It was Shri. I called her right away. Shri, what is it? She cried on the phone. Then tell me. I immediately cycled to Shri's house. When I got there, I saw Shri sitting in the balcony. Hi, what's up? Why did you cry? And suddenly you had resigned. Joshua walks ahead of me. What? Yes, yesterday I saw him walking hand in hand with Nicole. And behind the water tanks behind the school field they were kissing. When I caught them, they both looked at me innocently at first. Joshua came running after me and tried to bribe me with his sweet words, but I didn't listen to him. All I said to him was, "It's over. But tell me about you and David. Did it work?" Have you approached him? Unfortunately, it didn't work. He's not like me, I added. What a pity, but it's not a big deal. There will be someone who will love you. And Shri laid her head on my right shoulder. The last few days I didn't feel well. It seemed like I had a fever. Mom was worried about me all day. It was just heartbreak. I knew it. I couldn't concentrate well at school either. Contact with David also went badly. He greeted me politely, but other than that he said nothing. Joshua, that playboy, acted like nothing was wrong. Shri was present today. After the break we had Spanish from Mrs. Gomez. Mrs. Gomez's Spanish lessons were always dull and dry. She talks and talks on and on. You have to take notes yourself, she said. I was pretty good at Spanish. I always got 7s and 8s for the subject. David did have trouble with Spanish, especially with conjugating verbs and texts. David, list the endings yo and to of the past participle of the verb estar. David couldn't answer. Who can lend a hand? I raised my finger. Yes, Arjun. Say it. Yo estuve, tu estuviste. Well done. David looked disappointed at the board. Not a big deal, I thought to myself. He may need some extra guidance. For the next assignment you will write an essay in 200 words. Everything must be in Spanish. After school I walked home. It was already 1 o'clock and school had just ended. Oh, Arjun. I looked around and to my surprise I saw David approaching. What does this one want from me? He doesn't like gentlemen, does he? He stood up panting. Hey, listen, I needed your help. I see you are good at Spanish. Would you like to help me write my essay? I just didn't know what to say. Should I help him or not? Yes, that's okay. I help you. Saturday, at home with me. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon. At home with me, I thought to myself. And we walked away together. Along the way we talked about anything and everything. David was not a difficult boy. He seemed to be a quiet guy. I still couldn't believe he had asked me to help. Finally it was Saturday. I could wait until it was 5 o'clock. Mom was home today. And Daddy was at work. Mom, at 5 o'clock I have to go to a classmate for essay work. Which classmate? Mom asked. With David, a boy from our class. Oh, I was thinking Shri. Anyway, good luck. At 4:45 I was ready. I put on a nice yellow sweater and blue jean shorts. I grabbed my school bag and cycled to David's house. When I got there, I knocked on the door. Then David came out. Hey, how are you doing? Come on in. I walked through the balcony to the front room. How big it was. The front room had a large smart TV, a black settee and much more. David looked pristine. He was wearing a white sweater with blue jeans. We walked to the back balcony and sat on sofa chairs. Are your parents not at home? I asked. My parents live on Cumwin. I live with my grandmother. She is currently sleeping. Oh, okay. What shall we start with first? With the opening, I said. How do you start an essay? First, tell us a little about your subject. What are you going to talk about? I asked. About water pollution in Suriname. Okay, so first you briefly tell us what water pollution is and where it occurs most often. Do you want something to drink? Yes, a glass of water. Water? David took 2 cans of Heineken from the fridge and handed one to me. I don't drink because I'm only 17. Me too, said David. But why do you drink when you know you're not yet 18? Drinking makes you tough. Okay, I said. I opened the can and took a sip. How bitter. I just didn't like beer. David greedily took a few large gulps. He's a drinker, I thought to myself. After drinking 6 cans, David was a little high. His eyes had turned red and had lost his focus on his essay. I was writing my essay until he asked me some crazy questions. Do you still love me? I tried to avoid the question by saying that he had made a mistake in the core of his essay. Tell me, do you still love me? No, I said. Why not? I don't know, I said. I really didn't want to talk about this. It was already over, I said. David, that's enough. I'll take your essay and give it back to you on Monday. I got up, but David pulled me back. He took me to his room. I didn't know what to do. He opened the door and pulled me in. Then he closed the door. He bumped me against the wall of his room and came towards me. He put his hands against the wall so I couldn't run away. I was in his grip, I thought to myself. He came closer and brought his lips to my mouth. Oh, how his mouth smelled of beer. He brought his lips to my mouth and kissed me gently. Then he took off his sweater and held me tight and began to kiss me even more wildly. I felt his tongue against my tongue. His beer lips on my lips. It was a wild tongue party. I could do nothing and say nothing, for as he kissed me, he held me tight. After kissing, he first licked my cheek and then kissed my neck. With great effort I knocked him over. He landed on his bed and started laughing. You're sick, I said. Why did you do that? You like it or you don't, said David. It's been enough. I opened the room door and ran away. I walked to the back balcony, packed my things and cycled home. Suddenly I felt something moist on my lips. Shit, my lower lip was bleeding. I looked at my watch. It was already 5:30. Are you home already, sweetie? Mama was baking Barris. Hey, your lip is bleeding. Did you fight? No, Mom. On the way I fell off my bike. Oh baby, watch yourself. Come, I baked Barris. The Barris tasted good. It was Monday. It is already 7:15. Today I had to hand over David's essay. I walked up the stairs to the room. There were only 3 students in the room. After 15 minutes, the students stormed onto campus like a swarm of bees. During the Dutch class I gave David his essay back. He smiled at me. I had no look on my face. Shri looked at me and smiled. Did you write a love letter for him? No, I said. He had asked me if I could proofread his essay for grammatical errors. Oh, okay professor, Shri said. After the Dutch lesson, we had to go to the gym. Today it was time for batting. You get a grade for it, said Mrs. Veronica. In the gym, Shri asked me about my lip, but I said I just fell off the bike. I was afraid to enter the locker room. What if David does the same thing he did to me the day before yesterday? I walked into the locker room in fear. David was alone inside. The other 3 boys were already gone. Hey Arjun, listen up. I sat on the couch with David. He said he was sorry for what happened yesterday. Can you forgive me? All this happened while intoxicated. Please forgive me. Okay, I forgive you, said. David came closer and kissed me on the cheek. I grabbed him and kissed his lips. It still tastes like Heineken, I said with a laugh. Let's go gym. And together we walked to the football field. Shri came to me and said, Are you still in your locker? For now, I said. I was going to tell Mom and Dad that I like gentlemen, but that can wait. Now it's time to enjoy with David, the Greek god of my heart.